Damn it, Bobby, this just ain't right.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Bobby G. We back today. We're just gonna watch this one by the Flight Mike. He dropped this one. The WNBA just got a brutal dose of reality.
Look where women's basketball is. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas. Like, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
There is so much going on in basketball right now. I mean, the Boston Celtics just won an NBA championship wait, hold on. They won in 2008. They won in 2024. Okay, that's just up. The script writers went way too far with this. Put that aside, the Los Angeles...
I didn't even think of that. That is crazy.
Lakers are making their decision on their next head coach. Free agency is going absolutely insane, and yet somehow, some way, the
Actually, today it was reported that JJ Redick signed however many years with the Lakers, so he's going to be the next coach. What do y'all think about that? JJ Redick headed to LA after Dan Hurley says, "Here you go. I'm not coaching your team. I'm not coaching LeBron's team." What do y'all think about that?
NBA always finds a way to make its way into our content because they keep on upping the ante in terms of lunacy. So before we get to the content, we are on the grind to 1 million subscribers. Make sure you subscribe and turn on our notifications to stay up to date with all things basketball. And now that we get all that out of the way, cue the intro.
Long ass intro.
Check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? People care about the WNBA right now, and it's primarily because of one individual, Caitlin This woman is incredible at playing basketball. Her jump shot is silky smooth, and she is a highlight reel in a sport that
she been hooping
needs as much publicity as humanly
She's
possible.
been hooping.
But for some reason, it seems like she has skeptics that like to speak out on her. For instance, Monica McNutt got into it with Stephen A. Smith for
Monica McNutt on your face, nigga.
Not promoting the WNBA a few years ago. And this turned into a whole thing. I mean, we have our own video on it that we'll leave in the end screen for you guys to watch. But to make my point for this video, this is all you need to see from that video.
Who talks about the WNBA? Who talks about women? Who talk about women's sports more than First Take?
Stephen A., respectfully, with your platform, you could have been doing this 3 years ago if you wanted to.
Wow.
All right, we gotta go to you guys.
Did you know you're my guy, but who does more than
Yo, she cooked his ass on a skillet. He had to hit her with a wow. Wow. Once you hit him with a wow, I say, you know, you ain't got shit to say, bruh. Us as men, when we say wow, that just means damn.
more than First Take?
Stephen A., respectfully, with your platform, you could have been doing this 3 years ago if you wanted to.
Wow.
All right, we gotta go to you guys.
So did you say
you're my guy, but
Stephen A.,
I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you.
Wow.
Don't do that.
And it seems like Stephen A. Smith got into a whole war with McNutt.
Wow.
Because he even went on to his podcast to address it.
You have any idea how offensive it was for me to sit there and hear Monica McNutt say that about me? What she said is blatantly false. I'm not accusing her of lying. I'm accusing her of not knowing, because she's not a liar. She's an honorable person. She must not have known. The WNBA, could I have done more? Well, guess what, Monica McNutt? I could have done less.
And obviously our last video on this topic was the fact that many people
sound like he a little butthurt. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I would have to spin back too.
differing opinions on the fact that Caitlin Clark wasn't invited to Team USA, which doesn't make a lot of sense at all whatsoever, considering the fact that she is getting people to watch the WNBA, which happened to be a sport that no one gave a flying fuck about 2 years ago. I'm sorry to say it, man, it's the truth. And there's a
That's honestly, bro, if you're not sugarcoating it, it is what it is, man. That's straight up what it is, bro. Ain't nobody give a fuck about a WNBA 2 years ago. Come on.
About 2 years ago. I'm sorry to say it, man, it's the truth. And there's a myriad of theories as to why people don't like Caitlin Clark, and we're gonna get to that soon. But the last time the Chicago Sky played against the Indiana Fever, you know what happened. Kennedy Carter pretty much did a wrestling move on Caitlin Clark and tackled her to the ground. Angel Reese was seen celebrating on the bench. And when Kennedy Carter was asked about why she did such a thing, she took the most passive-aggressive approach you've ever seen.
Give you an opportunity to talk about that moment between you and Caitlin understand what was that play, what was said, and kind of what led to. Next question.
And it's really funny because you have people coming out with all sorts of theories as to why these WNBA players don't like Caitlin Clark. And of course, when Kennedy Carter was approached by an individual, politely might I add, to ask why she fouled Caitlin Clark, this is the way that it went down. Finding out our team's hotel to pull with the camera as we get off the bus and put it in my teammate's face and harass her is nasty work. This really is out of control and needs to stop. Getting harassed at our hotel is where the line needs to be drawn. Some fans have no chill. Wow, thank God for security. My teammate being harassed at our hotel is insane. Couldn't even step off of the bus.
Bro, wait, what happened? What the fuck? Okay, come on now.
We actually have footage of the interaction. This is how it went down.
Miss Carter, have you gotten a chance to reach out to Caitlin?
Hey man, come on with that.
Relax. Have you gotten a chance to reach out to Caitlin? Trinity, have you gotten a chance?
Bro is playing fucking 5-star defense right now. That is crazy. Why is he just tracking down the camera the whole time? Nah, bro. This is top 10 defense right here, bro. This is top tier. And bro, that is not harassment. What the fuck? He's literally just trying to, he, one, probably doing his job, and two, he's not even harassing her, bro. What the fuck?
Incident. I mean, the first time I made a video on her, I called her Kennedy Carter, which I don't know if I mispronounced her name or if she's misspelling her own name. But of course, many eyes were going to be drawn to the rematch between the Chicago Sky and the Indiana Fever. I mean, the Angel Reese Caitlin Clark rivalry is currently looking very one-sided ever since Angel Reese taunted Caitlin Clark in their very first matchup in the 2023 NCAA Women's National Championship game. But you have to admit, this drama and this controversy is working. The most recent iteration of the Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever game would actually break records in terms of how successful it was. I mean, this is absolutely astonishing. This past weekend's Fever Sky game with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese averaged 2.25 million viewers on CBS. That makes it the most watched WNBA game on any network in 23 years.
That's a W, bro. That's a W. That's something we could give a round of applause to, honestly.
Which I know, I had no idea the WNBA was around for 23 years. But the part about this game that shocked everybody is the fact that once again, Caitlin Clark got attacked. This time it was by Angel Reese. I seen
this, bro. I seen this by Angel Reese. You fucked her up.
Angel Reese committed a foul against Caitlin Clark. This would eventually go to a flagrant 1. And the one thing that is very shocking about this is we all know how the WNBA recently decided to fly private chartered flights in order to reward its players. But I'm pretty confident that at this rate, Angel Reese just wants to fly Spirit Airlines for the rest of her career, because it'll never make sense to me why these players do this. Angel Reese talked her trash the moment the game ended, saying this.
For inside, I mean, I think we were playing really hard. I think we went up really strong a lot of times and we didn't get a lot of calls. And going back and looking at the film, I've seen a lot of calls that weren't made. I guess some people got a special whistle.
Whereas Caitlin Clark once again took the high road.
Who the fuck got a special whistle? Nigga, nobody on the Fever do. Cause all season y'all been fucking her up, bruh. All year long, y'all have been fucking this girl Caitlin Clark up. She ain't been getting no calls. So I don't want to hear shit about that fucking special whistle. That is the last and most wrong excuse to use, bitch. What are you talking about? Oh my god, that is so relevant, bro. What the fuck? Also, bro, I'm sick of seeing Caitlin Clark's teammates just sit there and watch her get her ass beat the fuck up, bro. Can somebody please step up for her and do something about that shit? How y'all gonna let the new face of WNBA just get beat up like that, bro, and not do nothing? There's no way.
But also at the same time, like, people tune in for these matchups, but then they get to see how amazing these teams are, and then they find new players to support and continue to come back for them too. So I think that's another benefit of it, honestly.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, why do you think this is occurring? Well, a lot of people are turning this into something it's not. I mean, Clay Travis tweeted out, Angel Reese takes a total swing
at Caitlin Clark's head. Gets a flagrant foul. They hate Clark because she's white. They either have to get an enforcer or Clark's going to be knocked out for the year on one of these plays.
It's so funny because, like,
yeah, bro, that's taking it a little bit too far, bro. Come on now. We're talking about basketball here. Let's just keep things basketball. But hey, let the Fever get a Draymond on their team. I promise they ain't gonna let that shit slide. Go ahead and let Curry get fucked up like that. You think Draymond's gonna sit there and watch that shit, bro? He gonna have you.
It is true, except the one part that everyone is focusing on. Yeah, Angel Reese did take a swing at Caitlin Clark's head. Yeah, she got a flagrant foul. Yeah, the Fever should probably get an enforcer because Clark will possibly get knocked out for the year on one of these plays, which would in turn destroy the WNBA. But no, I don't think people hate Caitlin Clark because she's white. And I don't think this should be turned into a race war. I mean, yeah, I thought it was funny when we joked around and said Caitlin Clark is the first white person to ever experience racism. I don't think this has anything to do with race. I think this has everything to do with a bunch of women being jealous of the WNBA's new star. And I'd be upset too if I thought I was more talented than Caitlin Clark, especially considering the fact that Caitlin Clark isn't the best player in the WNBA, yet she gets the most attention in the WNBA. So
literally,
yeah,
bro, the best WNBA player right now that I've seen has to be, honestly, it's got to be the girl on the Stars. I'm tripping. On the Wings, on the Dallas, is that team? On the Dallas team, whatever, the Dallas team, or Asia Wilson, bro. One of those two.
I see that Jackson Mahomes gets more views on his TikToks than I ever could. It's like, why the fuck is Jackson Mahomes getting more views than me? Are you saying he's more talented than I am? Are we saying that he's talented at all? Do you know how frustrating that is as a content creator? And if you happen to be a content creator and you're watching this video,
how do you feel knowing that Jackson Mahomes gets more views than you, man?
It's not.
Bro, I feel that, bro. Hey, he got the last name attached to him, so you gotta let it slide. That's,
I'm not saying Caitlin Clark is the Jackson Mahomes of the WNBA, but there are players in the WNBA that are better than her, but she is without a doubt the WNBA's most marketable star. And I gotta give credit to Angel Reese, she plays the villain role very well. But the WNBA has to be careful here, because despite these players taking chartered flights and being all flashy, and the WNBA having one of its greatest draft classes in recent memory, featuring the likes of Caitlin Clark and Cameron Brink and Angel Reese, there is a dose of reality that WNBA players need to get once again. And that's the fact that the WNBA has never lost money like this before. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, before we were saying that the WNBA was
wait, they about to lose how?
Yeah, ladies.
Despite recent success with Caitlin Clark, WNBA expected to lose 50 mil. What?
Gentlemen, before we were saying that the WNBA was losing about $10 million a year and it was being subsidized by the NBA. Now we've gotten to a brand new level. They're losing roughly 5 times that amount despite the explosion in popularity. So check this out. Although the WNBA is experiencing a level of exposure not seen since its inception, the league is expected to lose $50 million this season. In a report from the Washington Post, a number of sources talked about the NBA's next media rights deal and how the WNBA factors into it. According to them, some potential bidders have not assigned figures to the WNBA specifically, meaning the league's rising popularity may not be much of a factor in how much money it receives in the deal. While some sources within the league hope to one day have media deals separate from the NBA, others pointed to the benefits of partnering with the NBA, like sharing resources, cross-promoting, and using the NBA's massive fan base to help grow the WNBA. Now, it even mentions here, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver revealed in 2018 that the WNBA lost an average of $10 million each year since it began. That figure, according to 2 sources, will rise to around $50 million this year. Remember when I said WNBA salaries are around $18 million and then the chartered flights were about the same amount of money, and theoretically all WNBA players could be getting paid double, but instead they're flying around in chartered flights instead. I wonder if that has something to do with this. Now the good news is the WNBA is on the way, but I'm glad that this report came out because I really feel like some of the WNBA stars needed a dose of reality. This
W Juju.
report didn't just leak out of nowhere. Yes, the NBA is currently negotiating a brand new media rights deal, which means we might be done with Inside the NBA very soon. But that aside, the WNBA really needed a reality check. And it's crazy that the jealousy is getting in the way of WNBA players conducting good business. I mean, yeah, I could understand being a little jealous of Caitlin-Clark's $28 million deal with Nike. I can understand how more accomplished and talented WNBA players are frustrated by the fact that Caitlin-Clark and Angel Reese could get viewership to about 2.5 million viewers and get the highest viewed WNBA game in WNBA history despite them being more talented. At the end of the day, the drama between Angel Reese and Caitlin-Clark is what makes this so popular, but the talent and promise of Caitlin-Clark and the fact that there's drama surrounding her.
Bro, I just want to know, how are they losing so much money every year though? It's got to be because they're taking these flights and these, like, I don't get it.
Success in the form of jealous women is what is keeping the drama train rolling. Remember, we mentioned in our Team USA video, Diana Taurasi, who is the Tom Brady of the WNBA, said this about Caitlin-Clark when she originally entered the league.
When you talk about how physical the game is, it's just a whole different level. You're talking about the 120 best players in the world, and that just makes the game harder in itself.
You said 120.
How many are there? 10 times 12 is 120.
Now, this is just the very tip of the iceberg of everything that Caitlin-Clark had to endure since joining the WNBA.
Wait, how many teams are in the WNBA? Just realized that.
And if you think this is messed up, what Diana Taurasi is doing, potentially gatekeeping Caitlin-Clark from making it to Team USA, is absolutely insane. Now, I would break it down in this video, but we actually have our own video on it. It's called The Self-Destruction of the WNBA, and I'm gonna leave it in the end screen. I'll meet you guys right over there, and aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.
Hey, that shit was crazy. Let me know down below what y'all think of that shit. We'll see, bro, how this season turns out with the WNBA and Caitlin-Clark, but I'm just confused on how are you losing so much money and you guys have the most viewership since the beginning, since the creation of the league. How does that work out? Help me out with that, you guys, down in the comments. I don't know. But leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel. Come on now, we almost at 500. We working our way up. And yeah, that's gonna do it for this though. I'm gonna catch y'all. Have a good one. Peace.